Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Gray Man Prepping. It is time for Tactical Tuesday, where we talk tactics, gear, and more. And tonight's topic is bug out vehicles, backed by popular request. How's everybody doing out there? Get over here and see who all's checked in here. All right, so first one in. I'm not sure it's going to show it all up here if I bring it up here. So Mark's showing all the vehicles he could find. Second one in was Walt Rogers, then Phelan Clan Wolf, followed by Aideneer from across the pond. Kaylin Strain is in here. Brenda Duncan 1900 Homestead is here. Suzanne Gallet is here. Daniel Berry Sports Highlight. Lee Cold War Preppers here. Ferocious is here. Utah Mike is here. And I know what her bug out vehicle is. Yeah, I know why it collapses. All righty. Yeah, so this was requested. I talk on this again. It's been a couple of years since I talked on it. So, yeah, it's time to hit it up and cover stuff. And Lewis is here from north of the border. And the grandsons just went out the door with their mother. Okay. Hey, Sumi, how's it going? All right, so bug out vehicles. Before we jump into the vehicles, I want to talk a little bit about what bugging out. Now, there has been for a number, let me get my chair here straightened up. There has been for a number of years, everyone says, oh, when it happens, you're going to bug out, you're going to get out of town. You're going to go out into the woods and live out in the woods. I would like to play the video clip from Blazing Saddles, where the one person tells everybody in town something, and they all go, bull. Yeah. If everybody remembers, about 4 years ago, all right, 5 years ago, there are several really big channels. One in particular that comes to mind was it had a four-letter word beginning with the letter B ending in R in his name of his channel. Another one had the doctor's medical assistant's name in his channel, and they're all talking about, oh, bugging out. And then when the red dragon reared its ugly head, and people were asking, are you bugging out? They all of a sudden they went quiet for a couple months. No videos. They did not bug out. No, not at all. And that's the thing is, most events you're not going to bug out for. And a lot of people, rightly so, are planning on sheltering in place. But if you're going to bug out, everybody thinks you got to have, well, let's see what everybody else thinks you ought to have here. Oh, wow, look at all these vehicles. Of the ones on the screen here right now, the only thing that looks proper for a bug out vehicle are the motorcycles and maybe the pickup off on the back side here. But let's go through these. I don't know about you, but I can't afford to build anything like this, and nor would I want to build anything like this. Seabass, welcome. So, I mean, the closest thing here might be the tow truck, but yeah, no, I really don't even want that for a bug out vehicle. Some of these things are just plain old ridiculous. There's a bunch of other ones and stuff. Like I said, yeah, not going to be using anything like this for a bug out vehicle, because it does not fit the profile of a proper, quote, bug out vehicle. How many remember this from the movie Damnation Alley with Jan Michael Vincent and George Papard? This thing actually worked. No, that ain't gonna work. Not a bad one there, Ferocious. Not a bad one. And of course, there's the Bill Murray specialty EM50 urban assault vehicle from the movie Stripes. Now, this was actually one that's made up that you can actually buy these. We're getting to going from the fantasy into the production fantasy. And so someone took a Hemet and put a travel trailer body on it and made an RV. Unless you're going to take this camping quite a bit, yeah, not really a good choice. These little, I forget what they're called. They're, four things that, they look like they're going to roll over, when they're using them. They come from Russia and they're being imported, and a lot of people are buying them. Yeah. And of course, you can always buy surplus military vehicles and turn it into a camper or a SWAT vehicle. And then here's a something from the land down under. Well, it looks like they might actually use this to drive around and do stuff. The Earth Roamer has been around for a while, and it's like a pickup with a camper on it that's been on steroids and beefed up. Money no issue, Renault VAB. Money with issues, Land Rover. All right, so you're actually getting the realm of possibilities, except it costs too much money. Oh, okay, so we got like a Suburban jacked up, or an Excursion jacked up and everything. Getting closer to the possibilities of a real one. I agree. A lot of those are just suck the fuel down. Umag, yeah, that's what that little thing looks like. It's going to roll over that was in the water. And see, hang on. The Aussie ride is probably full of Vegemite. And Mark has a good point. If you can't fix it, don't get one. Yeah, exactly. These things are really expensive for the normal person. And Gail's right now, yeah, not meant for shorties. And unfortunately, that song just popped in my head. I can't remember the artist that sings, but yeah. Anyways, of course, it has to be a 6x6 version. All right, let's see here. All right, this is a Toyota that has just been modified a little bit closer to actually a functional one, because you can use it elsewhere. Someone's fixing up an old Suburban and doing it up. This is probably a little bit better. Now we're getting into something that's more realistic, except for still the price tag on these is too much money. I think that's the last one. I'm going to hold it right there and shift it to here for a moment and go ahead and drop this down there. Utah Mike says, Andra. Yep. I mean that's something that's a lot better. All right. Shift pun intended. Okay, so going back to what I said at the very beginning about most people aren't going to be bugging out. Some of those are going to shelter in place unless it's a really severe event and you need to bug out, such as what happened to Steve at Corsair Trainers when the fires came down close to the subdivision. Sheriff came around and told everybody to get out of there. So, but generally, you want something that you can use every day and is functional for every day and for getting out of town. That's where four-wheel drives like the Suburban and the Yukon, the Ford Excursion, the Ford Expedition, basically they're and the Ford Flex. Station wagons, four-wheel drive, where you can tow stuff with it. Basically it's either a 3/4 or a 1-ton chassis under it, and you can tow a trailer if you need to. And so you got to think of it, if you are seriously thinking about getting a bug out vehicle, you got to think about getting your money's worth out of it, using it beforehand and using it afterwards. And let me go ahead and pin the link to get up here. So when it comes to bug out vehicles, yes, my son wants this monster behind me. He's young. He's got a good paying job. He's single, no women. And so there's, he's thinking, oh, I want one of those. And he's still going through the early 20s macho man thing. Okay. All-wheel drive is not the same as four-wheel drive. Yeah. And let's see what we got here. Yeah. Well, my daughter has a Kia minivan. No, it's a Kia. Yeah, Kia minivan that's all-wheel drive with a lock button. I think it locks it into four-wheel drive. So, and there's Mark. Didn't see you coming up there, Mark. Let's get this big again. So,
hello, everybody.
Yeah. So the vehicles here, you got to think about, and most of these prepper channels saying, oh, you need to have this for a bug out vehicle. You need to get one of these monsters here, a deuce and a half, a jacked up pickup. It's got to be jacked up. Can't be normal. Can't be normal. You got to jack it up.
And where are you going to go? Yeah, I mean, that's a big question. Where are you bugging out to? What do you really need to get there? Yeah. I really don't need much more than my little Ranger pickup truck, one-wheel drive, stick shift.
Yeah.
It gets me there if you know how to drive.
Yeah. And that's the thing, too, about all the ones talking about their four-wheel drives or six-wheel drives and all this other stuff. You mentioned the word snow chains to them. Oh, I don't need snow chains, blah, 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 blah. And anyone that says they don't need snow chains in their four-wheel drive has never driven in slimy mud.
Or ice.
But slimy mud, I'm thinking out of the wintertime, summertime. Slimy mud, you'll sit there and just spin and you won't go anywhere. You put chains on it, it'll throw the mud out and away from the truck and dig down to drier, more solid ground, and it'll get you moving.
It depends on how deep the mud is. It might just drill a hole and you're planted. Yeah.
Yeah. But all the times I've used one, been off-road in the mud, the mud's only like 4-6 inches deep. But that's enough if you don't have chains to get you sitting there, you're just spinning. Get chains on it, you throw that out, you hit the dry stuff, and you take off.
Yeah, your treads clog up with mud, they turn into racing slicks.
Yeah.
You can spin them fast, you'll spit mud. You might eventually get there, but probably not. My biggest issue working at Ford for so long, wintertime hits, these people with their, not even souped up, just their four-wheel drive and anti-lock brakes and all these different controls and that. Those are the ones mounted on a guardrail. and they're kicking the truck, it's the truck's fault because I couldn't do the speed limit on 2 inches of ice with a powder snow on top.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm bumping by him in my little Pinto with a stick shift, just like, yep, you're an idiot, and then just keep on rolling and go to work, and fixed a lot of those at their expense.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, 4-wheel drive is great, not perfect, but you got to think you're using it for you shouldn't be using it. You should not buy or make a bug out vehicle with one sole purpose of bugging out. You should have a vehicle that's good to use where you can go to the grocery store, you can haul stuff in it, you can go to the that's what I like, a good old-fashioned 1 ton or 3/4 ton pickup with a full 8-foot bed on it. And if I'm planning on hauling the family in it, it's going to have a crew cab. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit longer, but I can go just about anywhere in it. We used up in the Kaibab Forest. That's what everybody had to go get their firewood. A crew cab, 1 ton or 3/4 ton, 4-wheel drive, 8-foot bed on it. And, you see, at certain times of year, you see like 4 or 5 trucks heading up there with their national forest tree cutting permit to go up and cut up all the dead and downed pine trees, which there are a lot of. Can I wear my road Halloween costume? Yes, you can. And it's not a BOB, it's a BOV, bug out vehicle.
Make sure you got your flame throwing guitar.
Unless it's a bug out bus.
Yeah.
Okay, what vehicle is best for 9 passengers?
Limousine.
Well, you look at the Expedition. If it has, there's one of the things I hate. Friggin' these fancy ones where they pulled the bench seat out of the front and put 2 friggin' bucket seats in there. We used to have bench seat pickups where we would go to the $5 a carload movie theater. We'd have 4 people crammed in the front seat and 6 people in the back with a bunch of folding chairs. We pull into a spot, in between 2 spots, turn on the speakers there, everybody bail out and set up all the chairs. And, $5 a carload, they didn't care. But we'd have like 10 people in a pickup or more. But the bench seats, and so like you with the Expeditions and so many, if you got a bench seat up front, and I can look right in here, I can see those seats. Those are bucket seats with a console you don't need in the middle. The bench seat is what you bench seat. You get 3 people in the front. Bench seat, 3 people in the next one. The back one, you can shoehorn 3 adults in there, or you get 3 or 4 kids in there, easy.
I miss my '89 Mercury station wagon. Fit 3 in the front on the big bench seat. You can fit 3 in the back, and then 2 more all the way in the back in the suicide seats.
Oh, we actually put 4 in our suicide seats in the Ford Galaxy 500.
Yep. Yeah. If you're small enough, you can get them in there. Larger people.
And then on the little platform between those suicide seats and the back seat, we'd have 2 other people sitting in their feet, across the chair, sitting there. Seatbelts? Who needs seatbelts?
We need seatbelts.
We don't need those stinking seatbelts.
Open that back window. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, we're baby boomers. We don't need no stinking seatbelts. Let me catch up here in the side chat. Yeah. Now, with the Galaxy 500 station wagon we had, when the back seat folded forward, we could haul 8-foot sheets of plywood and sheetrock in the back. Yeah. Just catching up in the side chat here. All right, John. All right, and that's not a bad thing. I've seen some people, they have motorcycles, they drive around, and they don't have quote a street bike. They don't have a dirt bike.
It's an enduro.
It's kind of like you took a two and put him in the bedroom and said, all right, have fun, give me a baby here. and it came out with a moderately, stout bike that you can go off road with. It's not made for BMX dirt tracks. It's
the tires are a mid cut between the two. They're not knobbies and they're not street tires. They have like traction, so you can get in the dirt and the mud, but you're not going to take it on a BMX track.
And one of the guys from work, when I worked construction, had one with saddlebags on it, and he could pack a lot of shit in there. Pardon my French. All right. Frenchman. Yes. And I saw this today. Do people have kids in pickup beds anymore? I've seen it out here on the back roads.
Yeah. Dude, out here in the city areas, now cops will pull you over and throw you in jail. Yeah.
Until the kids start kicking them in the shins.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 kids, 6 preteens out there kicking the cops in the shins. They're going to go, what the heck? Because they don't know what to do.
Just tell the kids to tell the cops that they identify as dogs, and dogs are allowed to ride back there. You're good. Yeah, see how that works?
And have them go.
Yeah. Get on all fours, start chewing on his ankles. Yeah.
Yeah. If you happen to have an ATV and it's going to get you where you're going to, quote, bug out, put a little trailer on it. The rumble seats. Oh, thank you. My mom, before she got married, had what year Ford was that? With a rumble seat. And they used to drive around, packed 3 in the front, 3 in the back. All the girls in the front, they stuck the boys in the back because it was her car.
There you go. Hey, do you remember the Subaru Brat had the bench seat under the roll bar with seatbelts?
Yeah, or you had the one that had the 2 bucket seats under the roll bar.
Yeah, and they were legitimate seats with legitimate seatbelts on it. You can get away with it, but I don't think I'd want to ride back there. But anyway,
Jay, no, it had the Galaxy 500 wagon we had was a 1971 wagon. It was supposed to have a 429 put in it. They screwed up and they put the 429i in it.
Ooh.
Yes, the police interceptor. Whew! And my mom, who was a gold card Teamster driving the big limos and trucks for the motion picture studios, knew how to drive.
You could pull a semi tractor trailer with that.
Well, one of the water trucks, the company I worked for, had a 429 engine in it that had been worked over. Yeah. So yeah.
So my old school thought on a bug out vehicle, in case there was EMP, all that stuff, was a 86 F350 6.9 liter naturally aspirated diesel, where you didn't need a battery. If you had a battery to start it, great. And the glow plugs. If you didn't, park it on a hill, shoot a little ether down there, or silicone spray or something into the intake, roll it down the hill, pop second gear, and it'll run. You don't need a battery to run it.
Yeah.
If your radio won't work, and your lights won't work if you have no battery, but whatever. But just don't shut it off. If you shut it off, you better be back up on that hill again, because you ain't gonna push start that thing.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 up front, rest in the back. And if you're bugging out, all the rules are probably out the window anyways of how you're going to be packing that thing, tying it down, and carrying people. Prepper 101, welcome.
Yeah, it's a drive at your own risk. Where we're going, we don't need no stinking seatbelts.
All right. I used to have a Dodge 1-ton 300 Power Wagon with a 10-foot flatbed on it, Warren brand hubs on it, and a Warren winch on the front. And then I built a special bumper for the front. And under the 10-foot flatbed, I put a 260-gallon tank that I built in there. And I had two 55-gallon saddle tanks, and then it had the 18-gallon tank behind the seat.
Oh, is that the one you filled? That you had the fuel fill was behind the right above the driver door latch? On the back
right behind it. Yeah. All right. Was that thing full?
You were at GVW with that.
It had a what was it? A 218 engine in it. Had a 3-speed. Had a 4-speed transmission, a 3-speed Brownie, and a 2-speed transfer case. I could redline it in low at 1.5 miles an hour, or I could be doing 95 with it and everything top gear. That one had, it had a bench seat in it, and single cab, regular cab. Had to get rid of it when I got married and wind up and we started having kids, because you can't haul 3 kids, with car seats and stuff in that. And so
throw them in the bed.
It's a flatbed.
Yeah, throw them in the bed and just get your big ratchet straps out and just strap those things down like you're holding down a tractor in the back, and they're not going anywhere.
But got rid of it. Now I wish I had just parked it in the back and just let it sit, and then I could have driven it up here, because I need to get a 4-wheel drive up here, because my Toyota Tundra, you spit on the road and it likes to hydroplane. So it's a 2006 Tundra, which were notorious for hydroplaning.
What kind of tires you got on it?
I got snow tires on it.
And you still hydroplane?
Because the acid on it is so light.
Oh, well, there's that.
Yeah. And of course, then they have the laws, you can't just carry around bags of sand in the back of your truck.
No, fill it up with snow in the wintertime.
Unfortunately, snow melts really quick around here.
Yeah, well, insulate it.
Yeah.
Put a bunch of cooler chests back there and put cinder blocks in it. They'll never know.
Yeah. But most people, and that's one thing I really hate about some of these channels that go out there. Oh, you need to have, one of these monsters out here, or you need to have, hang on, get to it here.
I want the family truckster from National Lampoon's Vacation.
Yeah. Or you got to have something like this, or or something like that, or something like that, or something like that. It's like,
it's a great toy, but where are you going to go?
Yeah, and are you going to be using it all the time? Are you going to get your money's worth out of it if you never have to bug out? That's the question.
Hey, there was a guy I saw at a campground. He had one. I think, what was it? The Renault. It was a mean looking truck. His wife was walking the Appalachian Trail, and he was driving and meeting her at checkpoints. And but they retired. They sold everything. They bought that and had money in the bank, and they just lived in it. Yeah. And she did what she wanted, and they just went wherever they felt like going. He towed a little Jeep with it, and that thing had like 2 massive spare tires on the roof, a patio up there. It was cool. But I asked him how much. He said, "You don't want to know." I'm like, $250 plus. He's like, "Yes." My wife biscuits. Okay.
Yeah, purple one. What was the other one? Jay had it for skeet shooting. Oh man.
If you're bugging out and you're too late bugging out, where are you going to go? Most of the highways are going to be clogged with regular cars that couldn't go anywhere, and they ran out of fuel sitting there. And you better have 2 feet, a good pair of boots, a bicycle, or a motorcycle to get around them.
Yeah, and that's one of the things is, it's like I said, if you have a 4-wheel drive, you better have 2 sets of snow chains, front and rear, And if you got dualies on, you need to have 3 sets of snow chains because you want all the tires to have snow chains on it to get out of the mud. I mean, look down, for us, the monstrosity here behind us, you notice it's got chains on all of its tires too.
Yeah, and those are sand tires.
Those are for out in the snow, paddle wheel snow tires, but still they got chains on them.
Yep.
But yeah, it's yeah. That's it. Yeah,
don't get me wrong. If I won the Powerball for $1 billion and took home 400 million or 500 million, oh yeah, I'd probably buy that, a couple Jeeps, and I'd also have a really big barn to hold them in, so I didn't have to worry about it. And I'd take them out and drive around my 1,000-acre farm just because.
Yeah, well, if I won $400 million take home, I'd pick up one of those 7,000-acre cattle spreads out there near Boise, south of Boise.
Yeah, with a missile silo. Yeah.
not with the missile silo, but one of the ones that on the south side go up against the mountains and tunnels. Anyways,
no, there's no tunnels there.
There would be. There would be. But with VAB, you can just go over the top or hit the river. Yeah.
Yeah, just drive over the tops of the cars, right?
And there's okay, there's a friend of mine down in Phoenix, Ryan Jeske. He has a truck that actually my son was actually kind of looking at too. Let me see if I can pull this up here for you guys. There's this company back east that in Georgia that does this. So F650 Super Truck. There it is. Boom. And the website is F650 pickups, super trucks. But let's see. These are F650s pickups. The F650s. Yeah, you can tow a lot of stuff with these bad boys. This one here is a trailer hauler for the gooseneck or fifth wheel RVs. Look at the prices though.
Yeah.
And where's
pocket change?
Shoot.
Here
comes the one. Hey, look at three. No, this one has 4 55-gallon tanks on each side.
Yep.
It's got 6 doors on it. You can fit everybody in there. It's all bench seats.
And a bed.
And an 8-foot bed.
Has a turning radius of here to Saturn. Excuse me while I make this 95-point turn inside the football stadium.
Well, actually, this same truck, you'll see them out on the road with just a regular cab on it and a 16 to 20-foot box van on it. And the shorter ones, I'm not sure I've seen any shorter ones here. These are all crew cabs. But the shorter ones, you'll just see them with a regular heavy-duty truck fifth wheel on it. And they use them for hauling, 20
horse trailers.
Horse trailer, but 20 and 40-foot box trailers. The old 40-foot trailers and stuff. And they haul, that's what these are used for. One of these 650 ones, we had as a fuel truck. It was a regular cab with a fuel tanker on it and all the hoses and stuff on it for fueling up construction equipment. But yeah. And you got 370 horsepower and 430 horsepower options available.
Yeah, the horsepower is not it. It's the torque.
Yeah. And then you got the either hydraulic or air brakes on these bad boys, gasoline or diesel. This one here is a 9-liter diesel. This other one here is a 6.7 power stroke V8 turbo diesel.
There you go. I had 1,000 foot-pounds of torque on that first one.
Yeah, the 9,000, the 9-liter diesel. Yeah. That's 350 horsepower, 330 horsepower, 350. This one doesn't say. But most of these are 330 horsepower, 325, 330, 325. Yeah. But so this is, I mean, it's something, and I've actually, so I can find the one, I think it's the second one here. Yeah. So Ryan has the XLT pickup. But his is, he put a lift kit on it, and he got the extra a couple extra tanks on it as well on each side. But yeah,
It's funny because it's 118,000. A King Ranch F350 crew cab dually is 92,000.
Yeah, and so for the extra capacity of this thing, plus the extra fuel tanks on it, and the all the extra stuff, and these are all-wheel drive. Or most of these are all-wheel drive. Yeah.
Well, they're rear-wheel drive with the front. It's a 4-wheel drive. It's rear-wheel drive. You just lock in the
front,
lock in the hubs. Yeah.
Yeah. And the hubs are electronic lock-in, which I don't like.
Yeah, well, you know what? Every one of these vehicles now, that one, the white one there, that XLT's probably got 19 computers in it and 1,000 feet of network cables. Yeah. One wrong mouse chew and your truck won't start. And you ain't finding that with a Chilton book and a multimeter.
Yeah. But the F650 here has been around for a long time, and they actually had some older ones they did. Let me see if I can find this here. Pull this down for a second. Go back here. Boom, boom, boom. Images. See if I can find the. Yeah, here's the blacked out version for you here.
There it is.
And this is a few years older one. But yeah. Some of these.
Don't forget your diesel emit, your DEF, your diesel fluid. Now you have to have, because your truck won't run without it if you run it empty.
The some of these older ones are pre-DEF. You get one of the older ones that are pre-DEF.
Yeah, the older ones.
But
the new ones.
You got to be planning on using this all the time.
Right.
And even for me, you're looking at these, it's like, okay, oh, it got a nice 8-foot bed on it, 3.6, okay. No, I'm not going to be using it all the time. I'm not going to be using it half the time.
Checked off says MPG is not great. Actually, you'd be surprised. Some of those trucks, regardless of how big they are and all that, they'll get anywhere, depending on what you're hauling and all that. If you're just running empty, like that 6-door one there, the black one, you'll probably get 14 to 16 miles to the gallon out of it, unless you're just beating on it and towing 100,000 pounds behind it. Then you're not going to get crap. That's why diesel trucks never get an MPG rating on them. They just don't. They're work trucks.
Yeah. Here's an F650 with a dump truck on it. That's the way some of these come. So they took it and made it into. Yeah. But, for a real bug out vehicle, if you need a bug out vehicle, you think you need one, I'm saying, and the SUVs, decent sized SUV, one that'll pull a trailer. I know some people that have their bug out vehicle is a Class A or Class B RV. These, they just load stuff on it and they bug out early. They don't wait for the last minute. I kitted out. Cool. Yeah, so you're looking at bugging out. Like I said, right now for our family, I'm already at our bug out location. I'm fixing our bug out location up. My wife and 2 boys are still working in California. This is our bug out location.
Yeah, they need to get to you.
Yeah. And so my youngest son, he'll be 25 this year. He's 24. I mean, he's got 5-gallon gas cans up in the one out in the old shop, laying in the one wall, and he
just get the no ethanol fuel, and
he will pull some of those out, fill up his Corolla, and when he has 2 or 3 that are empty, he goes refill them up, puts them on the end of the line. So the fuel's always good in there. There are 3 vehicles there for them to bug out in. If and when I pick up a actually, let me see if I can find it here. Let me just show you something here. Let's see if I can find it.
Yeah, Kaylin said that you convert a school bus, or the mini bus, or the short bus, or a city bus, or a city short bus. There's lots of things. You can get them cheap, but you got to be able to work on them too, because some of those things are not cheap to fix.
Okay, boom, pull this one up. There we go. See if I can find it in here, because I put it in here before and I found a whole bunch. Okay.
Yes, checked off. Yeah, we all belong there. I'm reading the comments as you're typing.
Yeah. Where is the thing here?
Camo Carl has an industrial sewing machine mounted in the back. I hope you can sew sidewalls back on tires. That'd be great.
And this is going to go.
Or at least make tarps and make money on the side. That's even better.
Okay. This one's giving me problems right now. Okay, let's see. Price. Try it again. 1,000.
Did you freeze or are you still there? Oh, you froze. Or you lost signal.
Lost signal. All right. So, wow. All right. So I can pick up a crew cab here, 150 from 2007, 1,400. I can get a little bit better one. So that's a half 10. I can get a 3/4 ton Chevy for 5,000. Look around. Just in here, look. I can look around different ones here and stuff. 9,000 for a night. Now this would be a bug out vehicle to fix up. 9,800, 1968, 3/4 ton single cab. But there are different
carbureted.
There are different ones here. 4-wheel drive. So I don't know why I'm putting these out there. I tried putting 4-wheel drive, and it's playing games with me right now. But a 1959 fire truck. But you can be surprised that you can find a marketplace here.
You got to watch what you get. It's like, oh, it's only $1,500. Yeah. Does it run?
Yeah,
probably not.
Yeah, but yeah. So you got to when I was looking at it before, I was getting a lot of 2000. I entered more stuff. I took more time filling out, but I was getting from 2001 to 2015 is what I put in. And for I was getting ones that had decent mileage on them for about $7,000 to $9,000. 4-wheel drive crew cabs. So, you just got to look around, figure out what you want for your stuff. Oh yes, the big burb. The big burb that Ben Davison, Suspicious Observers did. They put they have a big, like air brake compressor on it, from trucks. They got an air powered starter on it, as well as I think they got both the air powered and the electric starter on it. They have air tanks and stuff, and it's old enough that it's everything on the engine. There's no electronic crap on it at all, so it's basically an EMP vehicle.
That's good. Hey, Orlando.
What's up, you can drive around all the time because it's a Suburban. Orlando, welcome.
Oh, that's why you carry the sewing machine, Carl. I got you. He repairs upholstery.
Yeah.
All that good stuff.
And what's fun, speaking of upholstery, just to share something. Let's see if I can bring it up here. Search.
Hey, Carl, Joanne Fabrics is going out of business, and they carry normally a lot of marine grade vinyl, which I've bought a bunch of in the past. Use it for lots of stuff. Get it cheap right now because they're going out of business.
Does he not have it on his page? It's not on his page. Dang it. All right, Curtis, my neighbor across the street. Let me put it up here. This one of us, he fixes up old cars and stuff. People bring them to him. He does all the body work, does all the upholstery on it. He's doing more and more upholstery. So he had this upholstery sewing machine. He's selling this one. He bought two new heavy duty ones. He's selling both his old ones. And yeah, he does upholstery work. So there's a skill for SHTF. Fixing people
That's an art.
Yeah. You want, people are going to be salvaging these old things, and they got ratty seats, and they're going to need someone to fix their seats up for them because they don't want to ride around in a 5-gallon bucket.
Or a milk crate.
Or a milk crate, exactly.
Well, the 5-gallon bucket's good if you flip it over for long trips and put a toilet seat on it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Let's see. But yeah, so that's the thing. The main thing I want to get to other people's mind. Yeah, there are a lot of possibilities for a bug out vehicle. Seriously, look at it. Do you need a bug out vehicle, a quote bug out vehicle, or you need
something for you,
a vehicle that you can use all the time that you can, if needed, bug out temporarily? Because like I said with Steve, his times he's bugged, he is bugged out. He's gone from his house to a friend's house farther away or a relative's house until the fire's out, and then he comes back. I
could have done that in my Tesla, unless the temperature was too low.
Yeah, and it's like I have never ever had to bug out of anywhere, even out of California. And to keep from having to bug out of California, we bought our retirement property up here in Idaho. So
I think everybody plays into and falls into I'm going to bug out and I'm just going to drive up to the mountain somewhere. Well, everybody's going to do the same thing, so you won't be alone.
Yeah, and there's going to be a bunch, and then you're going to have everybody up there bugging out to the national forest, to the one area, because they know there's deer up there. And then in 3 weeks, and 3 weeks, all the deer are gone, and now they're hungry. Then it's the Donner Party on mega scale.
Ooh, open a restaurant. Oh wait, there is one.
Yeah. All right. So I hope I got everybody to understand that a bug out vehicle is a myth. A vehicle that you can use everywhere else and still leave if you need to leave and pack everything into, that's reality. if I find a decent 4-wheel drive truck around here, and the staff sergeant agrees and we buy it, then my Tundra, the next time she comes up, she will fly up and drive it back to California, because there's times she needs a truck to go get stuff, and she's had to borrow friends' trucks to go do stuff. Then she'll have stuff and she can go get the stuff she needs to do when she needs to get it right away. Okay, so Cold War Prepper is going live in about 10 minutes. So let me jump on over here and bring up the schedule here for everybody. So, all right, so we are bug out vehicles. Okay, so Thursday here on Gray Man Prepping at 10 o'clock Eastern time is the midnight ride, because at 10 o'clock Eastern it's midnight in Rio de Janeiro. It's midnight somewhere in the country all the time. So country in the world. Friday on Camp Patton Family Compound, the topic is never promise a rose garden, and we're going to be talking about homesteading and gardening, and didn't promise you a rose garden on it. The this Saturday is going to be a real controversial one. I'm hoping that the platform just doesn't kill the live stream in the middle of it. So I'm going to put up rules on what you can and can't say. You'll understand when you hear the top.
Yeah, you froze.
So I want to make sure that, but it's basically, and this was a semi-suggested topic, and I took it a step further. The topic was suggested by Suzanne Goulet, surreptitiously talking about And so the topic for Saturday here on Gray Man Prepping is healthcare system, unnecessary treatments. So you see how we're going to be really dancing around it on Saturday. And so we will I'll
probably stay off of that one. I'll just lurk and sit there and moderate and eject people as I see the wrong comments pop up. Just to keep
you don't have to eject them. You can just delete that comment and put it in. I'm going to have it like the banner going across the bottom here. It's going to have something else on it about do all comments need to be camouflaged?
Yeah.
All right. So Monday on Camp Patton Family Compound, we're going to be talking about the best stoves for canning. And so the opposite of that, we'll also be talking about the worst stoves for canning. And then next Tuesday here for Tactical Tuesday, I know Lee's probably already gone over there to get his set up, but smells that can cause trouble in SHTF/Twaki. So we're going to be talking about what smells can get you in trouble.
Smells like odors?
Like barbecue.
Oh, well, yeah. Odors. Gotcha.
Okay. The military digest and setting how it's available.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I've seen, speaking of vehicles, there is one I found that I would love to get hold of. I may get slapped silly if I do go out and buy it without permission. It's an old military Jeep that is like a Suburban.
Which one? The Ford, the Willys?
No, it's Jeep. It was
Jeep. Okay.
It was a Jeep, and it's a crew cab type Suburban type crew cab with a pickup bed on it type thing.
The Wagoneer or whatever. Yeah.
Before the Wagoneer. Shoot.
What they had on MASH with the crew carrier on the back, sort of.
Crap. Hang on here. See if I can find it here real quick here. Pictures. I'm looking for the picture. I had a picture of it I pulled pictures out for the images. Going through here. Where is it? No, got it.
We'll see you over there, Cold War.
Yeah, we'll see you over there, Lee. Oh, not the picture I was looking for, but there's something else that's out there roundabout. Oh, where's that Jeep? Oh well, hang on here. Let me pull. I'm gonna do it another way. Off of images. This is going to be book 2, Against the Wind. Let me do a quick search here on it. Search document. There it is. Jeep. Great. Why is it not coming up?
Because you used the word Jeep about 8,000 times in that book.
No, I didn't. Why is it not coming up? Wow. Shoot, it ticks me off here. Try this one here. Because I know it's been mentioned in there a couple times. Jeep is listed in the first book. Is listed in the first book.
Hey Lee, what are you talking? Lee, what are you talking about tonight while Gil is roaming around his computer?
Yeah. Oh, dang. Okay, that's why it's probably not in there.
Oh, he's doing both at the same time.
Doing both at the same time. He's getting everything set up. Okay, she's going to be kicking off here in a minute. Yeah, wonder why it's not coming up here.
Yeah, Theoxerus, you got to be able to fix your stuff. Unless you know somebody that's going with you that can fix it for you, but you really got to learn how to. That's a skill you need. Auto repair, mechanical repair.
That's why. Like the copy of the book I got on this computer here, I haven't updated. And as I'm missing the last 20 chapters that I've written into the other book. That's why. All right, there is Lee's link to his live stream there. So yeah, it's time to head over there. It's 1 minute before he kicks it off here, folks. So everybody, let's hop on over there and go to Lee's live stream. All right, see you guys over there, or I'll see you Thursday night for the midnight ride.
Sweet.
Catch you guys later.